This video is for informational purposes only based on personal research and should not be considered as financial advice. It does not constitute any recommendation to buy, sell or hold any securities. Viewers are advised to conduct their own research.
Hello friends, Namaskar dosto, very warm welcome to a quick discussion in IT stocks in India. IT stocks में तगड़ा sell off हुआ है तो after a significant time I think कुछ green shoots or early buying opportunities are emerging. So let's look at the IT stocks, but only step by step we will do this analysis and slightly into greater detail. So let me first take you to the overall market condition. Overall market condition, this is the Nifty chart along with the sectoral outlook, and it is bearish. This is the weekly chart, very notably bearish. And currently it is back to the level, very important level. And I think there could be a stopover in the sell-off. But can we say that Nifty is completely out of the woods? Matlab sell-off khatam ho chuka hai? It is too early to say that. I don't think it is over. I think we are due for a very long-term down move. But agar we are careful and conscious in our analytics, we might find some short-term good opportunities. And for that, this should be the step-by-step approach. So what I want to look at is, of course, the Nifty, but along with Nifty, let's look at the main stocks agar trade kare, then it is Nifty 500 index, not the Nifty. So Nifty 500 index देखिए एक important level जो है मेरा वो break कर चुका है in the rainbow system. And currently we are at closing in on a very important level. Price wise तो ये almost hit हो चुका है, but it is yet to hit. Rainbow candle wise, so further sell off थोड़ा जारी रहेगा. And likely market could be range bound in the upcoming days. Let me increase the probability meter size so you can check out the probabilities as well in the weekly chart. Now I think you can see the probability meter. This is suggesting that it is a bearish range. 50% chance ki bears will win or sell trade win. 43% chance consolidation. So एक bearish माहौल जारी है, not a very aggressive bull market. But overall अगर आप sectors नीचे वाले मैट्रिक्स को देखेंगे तो दिखने लायक है कि IT sector after being significantly weak, it is rising. In last 1 week, it has increased its strength by 4.3 points. And this is the highest among all the sectors that is visible here, next followed by metals, which increased by 3.2. Now, if I look at the daily chart, let me adjust the chart a bit. Daily chart, the overall Nifty 500 still bearish. Many of the sectors are rising. If you look at the lower portion, you will see momentum stopover. Downside momentum में एक stopover हुआ है. And the candle is bearish, majority of the factors are bearish, but currently momentum थोड़ा upside के तरफ जा रहा है, kind of a divergence from the trend. और यहाँ पे भी देखने लायक है, देखिए IT sector notably strong and rising. And almost in last 1 day, it has increased in strength by 6.2. I can change this. Strength check period. Let's look at last 5 days since we are daily chart. So last 5 days, IT has increased its strength by 8.4 points. And whereas metal followed by metal 7, realty somewhat. So एक bounce back आया है. But he bounced back significantly strong in the IT segment. Let's look at more short-term charts. And overall IT is here rising too. This is the 2-hour chart. Here we can see more bull-bear fight going on for control. So in this fighting environment, the sector that is notably standing out is the IT segment. So इसीलिए मैंने सोचा चलिए आप लोगों के साथ थोड़ा IT सेगमेंट का डिस्कशन करते हैं. एंड उसके लिए नेक्स्ट हम लोग देखेंगे स्ट्रेंथ चार्ट को. This is my strength chart or the ratio chart, and I will use first the daily chart here. This is the outperformance chart, not exactly IT index chart. So outperformance chart, I think, has started from very early to mid-March, and by last week of March, it has been steadily increasing its strength. And very likely further increase hoga into strength in the IT segment, outperformance strength. So this has made me make a closer look at the overall IT sector. So now we'll go to the IT sector direct index, CNX IT, and in the daily chart, yes, finally, let me stop the middle lower portion of the meter. And you can see finally there is a buy signal in the overall IT segment. Now, various type of trades opportunities can be taken with this. Like for example, one may try out with some ETF investment, but let me warn you, before any kind of investment, first is risk management rule number one. You should never listen to others and jump into a trade or investment decision. Next one is, this is a very early bounce back. If we look at from the weekly chart perspective, this is a slight fight for control within the bearish space. काफी bearish market, within that we are noticing a fight. But is the market turned notably bullish for long-term investment? Does not look like that yet. Consolidation होने का chance in weekly 71% in the IT, and more concerning to me is the monthly chart, which suggests that further bearishness in the IT segment would be very, very much likely. So I think the buying chance that is currently we are getting could be more of a short-term bounce back. Of course, some people can play with the short-term bounce back different way with derivatives as well as some stock positioning. And now हम लोग क्या करेंगे, विद इन द आईटी सेक्टर जो स्टॉक ये इंडेक्स में है, वो स्टॉक्स को हम लोग थोड़ा नजर करेंगे. लेट्स लुक एट Y_SDIT. या दीज आर सम ऑफ द आईटी स्टॉक्स हम लोग क्लोजली वॉच करेंगे इन द डेली चार्ट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ कोफॉर्ज. Coforge is finally giving out a buy signal. And after slight correction, it again came back. Slight correction हुआ इस कैंडल पे and further came back into strength. Short trend turned bullish, मतलब बुल्स ने further increase किया strength. मेन जहां पे मैं फाइट एक्सपेक्ट करूंगा is around 1290 to 1380. 1380 will act as a very strong resistance, and very likely 1300 area पे भी हम लोग sell off देख सकते हैं. But currently looking at the chart, I think further movement of say 70-80 points seems very, very likely at this point. That means another 6 to 7% rise very much on the card. And agar super strong hua, then I'll expect around 10-12% upside in the Coforge. But is none of the stocks, I'll say, not ready for a long swing investments because weekly chart is still very bearish. So that means we have to manage our quantity properly. Let me open up the stock master for better readings. You can see strength in the weekly chart is significantly lacking. But in the daily chart, a bounce back, so short-term trades can be played out. Not a very long-term swing or big quantity position is moment pe not a very good idea as per me. But once again, don't listen to me. Do your own analysis and then decide what to do. Let's look at the HCL. This was a very, very important level, and HCL has made a quite a good base. A good base बनाया है यहाँ पे, and further rise seems likely. The next resistance will be around say 14, 23, 25 area. If it can break, IT में एक दमदार bullishness आया, then I'll expect a test of 1500. But उससे ज्यादा इस moment पे unlikely, seems very, very unlikely. So better chart, I think Coforge has a better chart, such as Nifty, matlab immediate run wise. Infi, so Nifty nahi, Infi may be buy signal hai, that is positive, and further rise will push it towards 1350. And जो interesting है सब में कि after this heavy sell off, IT stocks are more value proposition, some of the stocks. एंड वैल्यू के लिए मैं चार्ली मंगर का लेवल फॉलो करता हूं, दैट इज 15 PE ही सजेस्टेड. दे आर स्टिल अबव द 15, बट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस डिक्लाइन मोर वैल्यू बेस्ड प्रोपोजिशन अराइव हो रहा है. फॉर एग्जांपल, लेट्स लुक एट इन्फी, क्लोज टू द चार्ली मंगर लेवल ऑफ 15, दैट इज 19 राइट नाउ. सो सिग्निफिकेंट एक वैल्यू मिल रहा है इन दी स्टॉक्स विद अ गुड डिविडेंड यील्ड ऑफ 3.5% इन अ स्टॉक लाइक इनफी. बट big jump, big ticket investments right now I'm not in favor of, because weekly chart is still notably bearish. So मैं क्या expect करूंगा दोस्तों कि after another round of rise से 1350 around फिर से sell off वापस आने का. बट स्मॉल स्केल में शॉर्ट टर्म में अपॉर्चुनिटीज है. Emphasis is also coming back into strength. Lot of IT stocks, as I discussed, came back into strength. If it can project more further strength, then I'll expect it to rise to the 2300, which is not yet a good rise, around 4.5% from here. Oracle Financial Services, जिसका हेडलाइन न्यूज आया था कि इसने काफी जॉब कट किया, अराउंड 12,000 इन इंडिया. सो मूड पेसिमिस्टिक है बहुत ओएफएसएस के लिए. एंड जब मूड बहुत पेसिमिस्टिक हो जाता है, वहीं से आता है रिवर्सल. वेरी गुड रिवर्सल सो फार. इट इज क्रिएटिंग अ गुड बेस. यहाँ पे काफी सारे रेजिस्टेंस भी है. एंड इन द वीकली चार्ट अगर देखा जाए, इट इज स्लाइटली बेटर, बिकॉज इसने काफी पहले ये करेक्शन चालू किया था कंपेयर टू अदर आईटी स्टॉक्स. बट नन ऑफ देम आर गुड फॉर, डज नॉट लुक गुड फॉर बिग टिकेट लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. Looks more like short term opportunities to me. This is a good rise हुआ है after the buy signal in persistent. I think मैं expect करूंगा further correction, and उसके बाद अगर buying आया, like correction means क्या? Price action neutral, there will be a red cap in my chart, and after the correction, if bulls are coming back, I'll expect a test of 5,500. But either case doesn't look like a long ride, looks like a relatively small 4 to 5 or max 6% rise from these levels. 6 भी ज्यादा हो गया. I think 4 to 5% rise is very possible. Let's Tata Consultancy, heavily battered हुआ है stock. Let's look at its financial one metrics, that is the PE is much, much lower. If I look at, let's back to the chart, let's put an indicator here and put price to earnings multiple. So price to earnings was close to 25. Now it has significantly dropped towards 18. So about 25% discount मिल रहा है in the previous price to earning के comparison में. Price to sales have also declined. So relatively much cheaper मिल रहा है ये stocks compared to before. But is it still there as a value proposition yet? I don't think so at this point. And daily chart के हिसाब से TCS में जरूर buy signal है, there is no doubt, but it is notably much weaker. Background yet to turn bullish. That means background not green, means short trend yet to turn bullish. अभी तक bullish हुआ नहीं है. Let's look at few other remaining ones. Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra is making a good comeback. It rose up to our empty line after the buy signal. Buy signal के बाद काफी rise हुआ है, and once again after the correction it is showing strength. So clearly एक बार 1443-50 area break हो जाए, 1500 break हो जाए, I think this stock can test out 1575. So 1575 still about 130 points. So 8 to 9% upside is very, very much possible. Next is Wipro. Let's the last one in the Wipro yet to give a buy signal here. That means जितना भी stock हम लोग देखे so far, Coforge, TCS, Wipro seems to be the weakest right now. So Wipro में थोड़ा financials भी देखेंगे. It is 15 value area पे as per Munger, but और भी डिस्काउंट जा सकता है बिफोर इट कैन कम बैक. सो आई थिंक जो चार्ट के हिसाब से मैंने देखा कि विप्रो इज सो फार द वीकेस्ट अमंग जितना भी आईटी देखे. whereas there are some good charts like Tech Mahindra, Emphasis, Infosys, Coforge. They are presenting some really quality charts, but run wise, I'll not expect a big move. I'll not think this is really a great place to go for a long swing investments where the holding period can be up to 114 weeks. So that's all, friends. One of the sector I wanted to discuss with you. This is the IT sector. I hope ये discussion आप लोगों को अच्छा लगा. अगर अच्छा लगा, don't forget to put a thumbs up on the video. And as always, best wishes from my side towards your trading and investing. And happy trading, happy investing.